Hail, bird of prey! 5! Hail, Karuga! Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Esri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karuga.
Hello world, it's Bird O' Prey 5 Qapla, and welcome to Enterprise Wednesday for May 17th, 2023. Today we're going to be watching Season 2, Episode 7, ironically called The Seventh. And welcome, Mr. Londell, to the panel, Qapla.
Qapla.
This episode originally aired November 6th, 2002, a week before my birthday. Let's see, 2002, November. November 2001, I was stuck in San Diego, the first birthday away from home, because of the plane crash right after 9/11, a completely accidental plane crash into Queens. It was a scary day for me. Everybody was like, there's no way that was an accident. And of course, it turned out to be an accident. But 2002, a year later, I was probably home because I didn't want to get stuck in San Diego again. I don't really remember my whereabouts exactly, but I would say it was probably a good time. It was a relatively good time in my life, although it was a tough time for some of the rest of the O'Prey family. Anyway, I probably was not watching Enterprise by this point. I'd probably stopped, but I did rewatch it later on and really enjoyed the first couple seasons especially. So John Araki says Wednesday Prize. I like it. Hump Day. Oh, I think you remember the Geico commercial with the camels. Hump Day. It's a camel's favorite day.
Guess what day it is?
47 Yorktown's hashtag Birdle is hard. 47 Yorktown. When I was trying to check on something on Birdle this morning, And I stupidly said, oh, maybe Birdle's been up long enough that if I just throw Birdle in Google, it would bring me to Birdle. I found out that there were at least 4 other websites, games called Birdle. At least 4, and they're all clones. They're all clones of Wordle. Some are more different than others. Some are more different than others, but they're all different clones of Wordle. One is where instead of you guess a word, the word has to be a bird. So the only thing are 5-letter birds or bird-related words. So like I tried to put in like slide just to test it, and it was like, nope, not a word. Like, what do you mean it's not a word? Of course it's a word. No, but you put in doves, that worked. And that was the only word I could think of, doves. And I got stuck. I couldn't even think of a second 5-letter bird-related word.
Robin.
Although birds would have worked, now that I think of it. And then another Birdle was they show you a picture of a bird, and you had 5 tries to guess what bird it is. Then there was a Birdle where instead of letters of the alphabet, each letter of the alphabet was a picture of a bird. And you had to like just guess the 5 like emojis or 5 pictures. So you had like duck, penguin, chicken, pigeon, penguin again. I mean, that one was another Birdle. So apparently not so original on the name, not as original as I thought. With the name LDG, I believe suggested the name Birdle. Should have known.
Yeah.
Should have known. I'm kidding, LDG. I'm kidding. I still like the name. Richie Poole says 3 Welcome, Richie. And he says, my fortune today, courtesy of Panda Express, there is always time to try a new path in life. Very cool, Richie. I hope you mean you're going to try a new path in life to the more conservative side. I welcome you to the pack, brother. Get you your red hat, and we can all hang out and have some non-Budweiser, non-Miller beer.
You know that's not going to happen, don't you?
Oh, in fact, Richie Poole says, I wonder if I should turn MAGA and embrace the extreme politics of the far right. Well, the only thing I would say, Richie, is that we don't have the extreme politics.
Yeah, common sense is not extreme.
Yeah, I would say that we have the middle of the road, moderate politics. But you're close. You're close. Oh, he says, not a chance. Well, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Miss Lundell's groovy movie says, Qapla, Miss Lundell. John Araki says, if you're not interested in turning MAGA, there's always room in the Krogan mines. We don't put our political prisoners in the mines. It's too easy for them. And LDG says, AI is your friend. AI come up with a new word for Birdle. Yvette says, good evening, Bird, and everyone, good evening to lovely Yvette. Yvette says, AI will be the head that feeds it, the hand that feeds it. And I put in the link to watch in the screening room. We'll be watching today's episode of Enterprise. If you're watching live, go to birdopray5.com/SR. There's also a link to join the panel if you're interested. Captain Fandom Nerd says, hello, Captain. Sean PRK, previously known as Moxley, says, I don't doubt it. And hey, guys, welcome, Sean. John DeMarco says, greetings, all greetings, John. And Sean says, Qapla Bird, Hope you and the family are doing well today. I hope you are doing well today. Sean, previously, Mox. Hakeem says, hail Karoga, hail Hakeem. Hope you are doing well. Sean says, from now on, it's going to be under one roof. Yes. Yes. I'm a piece of the action. Dan Ben says, hi. Welcome, Dan Ben. Qapla. Sean says, we the people. Absolutely. Pop Culture Curator says, hello, guys. Welcome, Pop. And he says, Qapla, bird of prey, hope you are doing well. Well, Pop Culture Curator, I was awakened from my afternoon nap just about 5 minutes before I went live. So right now I'm feeling all awake and chippy. But we'll see how this episode goes. John Araki says San Diego equals whale's vagina. It does. It absolutely does. And for those who don't understand why, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. You missed one of the greatest movies mankind had ever come up with. Dan Ben says trivia and mistakes for this episode. I only found 4 things, saying there's not much from this episode. Yeah, not much. The guy who plays Minos, who is the quote unquote bad guy, the guy T'Pol has to track down, previously played an alien in Star Trek Voyager Remembrance. John Araki says bird grabbed San Diego by the whale. No. Dan Ben says I looked up trivia mistakes on this episode and there wasn't much, so only 4 things worth saying. Well, I don't know if that was one of them, Dan Ben, but then you'll have 3 more at least. Okay, so Mr. Lundell, anything you want to say before we get started?
Oh, let's get the show on the road, dude.
Okay, and also hello if anybody is watching on kick.com, Qapla. I will check for any chats from time to time, but we are streaming on YouTube, Kick, and Odyssey. And I'm sorry if you're on Odyssey, I'm not going to see any chats. But to be honest, I don't think anybody has ever posted a chat on Odyssey, so not much to miss. Okay, heading to the screening room. We'll count down and we'll get started. And Dan Ben says, this isn't a particular episode I like, and sometimes I delete a comment, but I still read it. Well, if it's in the screening room, if it's in the StreamYard chat, StreamYard doesn't delete. Once it gets the chat, it stays forever. And the delete command doesn't have any effect. So yeah, once a comment is written, I see it, and I don't get to see that you deleted it. If I'm reading it from the YouTube chat, then I can see that you deleted it, and I will skip it. But that's why. John Araki says hashtag ignored Kronos on Odyssey, and Josh Street says bird of prey. We want the episode Little Green Men. That's a Deep Space Nine episode, Josh Street. Anyway, which, by the way, if I really, really wanted to play, I could. I'm just saying, but not today. So, with that, we will start counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Enterprise. Flying through space. A book in Vulcan, I suppose. Those looks like T'Pol's hands. They are. T'Pol was laying down, a very modern day looking computer, or 2000-ish looking computer. Uh-oh. The Vulcans are calling. Manos has been located. 3 days from her present location. Of course, she's certain she wouldn't be calling you if she wasn't. Josh reads his bird of prey. We want little green men. And there goes the intro. Deej isn't here to sing it, so you're all
Thank God for that.
have to imagine what it sounds like. Josh says, remember to use @BirdO'Prey5 while ignore BirdO'Prey is watching to see your @BirdO'Prey5 comment. So ignore O'Prey will read your BirdO'Prey5 comment. And John Aragi says, birds got sleep before the start. Never gonna fall asleep. No, no. John DeMarco said, I'd rather imagine Enterprise had different intro music.
Yeah, but the theme song was like definitely the death knell of this show.
47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Back from walking the dogs. Awesome. And John Aragi says, ignore O'Prey, ignore Kronos. I don't see Kronos in chat. If Kronos is here, then somebody had to have hit like a race or something. So I really hope Kronos is not here, because I'm not seeing any chats from Kronos. I'm not actively ignoring him. Josh Reed says, who was it who sang the song last week? It was Mikey Sues. Mikey Sues, I don't see him here today. Requested her services. How do I request her services? Three to 5 days. It's quite the ask. Admiral Forrest will be contacting her, not giving up a lot of info.
That was kind of stupid of her. All she had to say was, I'm not at liberty to say.
Yeah. Yeah,
he would
respect.
He would understand. He's
right, he would respect
military.
that.
No, yeah. Stuff like that makes Vulcans look like assholes, you know.
Dan Ben says, Bird, the theme was originally supposed to be just the music they use at the end called Archer's theme. Josh Reed says, Bird, the cut Mike singing the opening and replay it each week. I don't think so. Travis gets to go.
Okay.
Porthos. It's got to be loud as fuck.
Yeah.
John Araki says Starfleet's Department of Justice released a 300-page report indicating no evidence of Vulcan collusion to rig the Warp 5 program. It appears accusations were fabricated. Wow. Sit where the dog was sitting, T'Pol. You're a good girl.
Oh boy.
A little cold. But again, if she wanted the help, why did she wait? The episode does indeed start slow.
Mm-hmm.
some pretty serious stuff for Vulcan. Uh-oh, to Paul. Why'd you use the wrong pronoun?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It went bad. It went real bad for her. But this is already is beginning to be interesting. We're about to see another side of how logic is applied.
I think she said so. Manos is Vulcan in disguise.
Uh-huh.
I thought that's what they said. That
Yeah,
wasn't he one of the 19 that didn't willingly come back?
yeah.
Dan Ben says among some of the aliens at the bar were Cretacean Klingon, a shape-shifting species from 2 days and 2 nights, and Kang uh, Kago Dar species.
What the hell? Huh.
Well done, Ensign.
Okay, they got him. Did they get him to the ship? Nope.
John DeMarco says it's just missing somebody telling the droids they have to wait outside. Yeah.
Bangers and mash. That sounds disgusting.
Trip's not doing so great.
No, he's not. Okay, drug him and just wait it out.
Dan Ben says bangers and mash isn't disgusting. It's sausage, mashed potato, gravy, and vegetables, sometimes as onion.
Then they should call it that. That's my point.
That could have set off a homing beacon. Why they would have enabled that is ridiculous.
Oh, T'Pol tried to cap your ass, huh?
Wouldn't this be a time to pull out a tricorder?
Hmm. Okay, we got a Vulcan not acting like a Vulcan.
Dan Benz, as I looked it up, the sausage is called banger. It was once made with water filler in sausage. At time, ingredients were low, which could cause it to explode, and the name stuck with the dish. A damn water polo score. That was funny. Oh boy. How convenient. Stay away from T'Pol, Travis. I don't want you in decon too.
Hmm. Hmm.
Dan Ben says most of the Manos's cargo containers have the Axanar written language on them. The good guys from Fight or Flight.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, Travis was really good at capturing him, not so great at watching him, John. Dan Ben says the landing platform is layered with shoe sole dissolving acid. Certain times they may be on platform when there is acid. LDG says this actor who played Manos was just in a Battlestar Galactica episode. He played a doctor who was killing his patients.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Hmm. Mm-hmm.
They've probably reused the cockpit.
Shoot his ass first. Oh, God. Why didn't you shoot him?
Do they have stun? John DeMarco thinks the cockpit is from the Phoenix. That looks like it.
To do what she can. Yep. There you go. You should have did that a long ass time ago, babe. The fuck? The biogenic shit. Mm-hmm.
Dan Ben says that phase pistol has range. I feel like that's the longest we've seen the beam. And LDG is apologizing. Says, sorry, this was a very weak episode.
The hell it was. This one I like.
But it's better than Communicator.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know what Communicator is. Oh, Communicator is next week's episode, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Ben says it's the Enterprise Season 2 episode where they disguise themselves as a pre-warp civilization to visit the planet but leave a communicator behind and go back to get it but get caught by military. LDG says Vulcans with PTSD. This episode expect us to believe that.
That was not PTSD.
Yeah, I don't think that was PTSD. Dan Ben says, yeah, I didn't put this in all next week's episode on my list of worst Enterprise episodes, but it's still not a good one.
This episode it's better than you all.
I think this is a perfectly decent episode.
Yeah. You look at this like this is insight into Vulcan's psyche. Okay. And I was looking at this, okay, they took a bunch of Vulcans and de-Vulcanized them and put them in deep undercover. And this guy was in deep cover. he thought he was the dope dealer or whatever that was. Okay, how many? The Hollywood's made several movies like that where, you know, a cop put him under deep cover, and he actually thinks in the movie he actually begins to be the drug dealer.
Yeah, I think.
See, so that's kind of what this was.
I think it's a pretty common story, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Out there, you put somebody undercover and they start identifying as the undercover. I mean, even DS9 was a little into it with Miles, although he got out of it.
Yeah.
To a point. He had Keiko to come into. Keiko and Molly.
See, and now Captain Fandom Menace agrees with me. Captain Fandom Nerd. This was a good episode. Okay. A lot of y'all just criticize shit because it's fashionable, I'm beginning to think. Okay. So, or at least you think it's fashionable. But I digress.
You angered LDG.
Oh, really?
Welcome, LDG.
Okay, hello, testing. Can you hear me? Am I coming through? Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. All right, Mr. Londell, when you feel for the enemy, then you don't become a freaking black market freaking trilithium resin bio weapons dealer. Okay? Like, he didn't like stop and like help the people he thought he was, you know, that was all BS. That whole line of him caring, that was all a lie. Then there was nothing truthful behind that. The guy was selling freaking bio weaponry.
Okay. What's your
mutagen,
point?
for God's sakes.
What's your point?
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The story wasn't about the fact that, you know, Vulcans, you know, went against her orders or anything. The whole episode was the fact that, you know, a mission went off and, you know, she was so dramatically distraught that she had to go get her memories ponfarred.
She was distraught because she killed someone. Vulcans, by their very nature, have turned themselves into pacifists.
Why would you use the term ponfard?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just sounds funny.
See.
Memory wiped. I mean, she went to Pajem or whatever it was to get her memory wiped over a little incident like this.
That was not a little.
She's
incident.
killed before.
She killed someone. Okay.
She's killed before.
If you even with us, some people, if you kill someone, it will, regardless of the reason why, it will shatter some people. It could be self-defense, you or him.
So
and you,
yeah.
And
her actions,
it shattered her because she killed someone. Okay, and this guy was playing her on that. He how he found out she went through that, we don't know, but he was playing on her with self-doubt and all of this, and come to find out he was not the nice, sweet little guy he was portraying himself to be. He was the bio weapon dealing son of a bitch. Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't see that connection. First of all, she's already been involved in not murdering, but destroying spaceships with double-digit, triple-digit people on board. So it's not like she hasn't killed before.
When did they destroy?
Yeah.
Spaceship?
She's a Vulcan. She had to have been involved with any kind of skirmishes or ship battles. That, I mean, hell, didn't they already have an episode where the Enterprise has you know, killed another crew or she shot down another ship or something?
I can't think of any time Enterprise battled a ship that wasn't actively attacking them.
Uh-huh.
And even then,
Well,
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, but she's she's up in the high Vulcan command. I don't think a simple
before her posting on Enterprise, there's nothing to believe she had a posting on a ship that was in active battle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you make it in high up in the military without a strong fortitude of having
not
S
the
under
military.
control.
The
It's
Vulcan,
the Vulcan Science Council is what she's on. Or,
Yeah, all right. I don't know. I just thought it was a bit weak. I don't know. It just seemed trivial. Like it wasn't big enough to shake her. That whole mission with her chasing down. I mean, she was given. If she's in the science directorate, why was she given a black ops mission? For God's sakes!
I think it's the Vulcan High Command, not the science directorate. But regardless,
she was given a black ops mission.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that she was a captain or a first officer on a starship.
No, of course not. But do you give a noob or somebody who doesn't know how to control a black ops mission a black ops mission?
Well, they gave Chief O'Brien a black ops mission.
Chief O'Brien has been in war. He's actually been in war.
Okay.
I mean, he's the hero of Setlik 3 or whatever it was. I mean,
oh God.
What do you mean, oh God? That is a thing. That what?
You're just all over the place, man. I mean,
he's been in war. He's seen blood. He even talks to people like he gave advice to freaking, he's giving advice to Cisco's boy, for sakes. Or Nog. Remember that whole episode with Nog on Empok Nor, who was giving all the advice on, you have Garrick going crazy, killing everybody. It was him giving all the advice and telling him what to do and stuff.
What's your point?
I'm just saying that O'Brien wasn't. Yeah, God.
One of her T'Pol's previous assignments was as a crew member on the ship that we saw with all the zombie Vulcans in season 3.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Like I said, that's my opinion. Whoever shares it with me, live long and prosper. But I just thought this was a bit weak. And I thought that, they kind of like, created a small situation and tried to over dramatize it, that a Vulcan needed mind altering, memory wiping. It's not like she accidentally committed genocide or, it was just a single black op mission, for God's sakes. And it wasn't even that bad.
It was just a single innocent life.
Yeah. Exactly. What's logical about that?
I think you just answered
I found this episode very illogical. Illogical!
Because he only potentially killed one innocent person. He didn't feel like it was enough to break her.
Most no one was innocent.
How many innocent people do you have to kill before it bothers you?
Well, it depends.
5,
do you like
a
stepping
dozen?
on ants?
How many people is the question?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You don't consider insects people.
You're right. I don't consider insects people.
They're not.
And I'm
right.
sure Vulcans don't either. So
Bolians do.
Joshua says Roberto Prey 5 was an officer for years. I don't get that. Yvette says it's the first time for everything. Well,
I mean, she grew up with a pet sitar, for God's sakes, a cat that can rip your face off. I mean, whatever they called those animals on Vulcan.
Where the hell are you getting all this from?
Remember that when her and Archer were on Vulcan,
yes,
and they were chased by some kind of
never late to feed their pet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like their equivalent of a cat or something, but it's like a razor sharp murdering frickin' mutated banshee frickin' animal. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't remember her saying she had one of
I
those
think they're called satars or something. Satars.
because
Oh,
remember
because Spock had one. She had
Spock's
one.
mother was talking about it on that episode,
Mhm.
on the TOS episode.
All Vulcan children had them, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, if you can raise one of them, I think you're pretty good.
So
Exactly.
So,
So
anywho,
next week is the
next week's gonna be
communicator,
fun. Oh,
which is obviously already LGG's favorite episode.
oh my lord! Like, you expect me to believe that the chief of of security forgets his own communicator on an away mission? Yeah, I believe that.
That will be
Now, if it was
season,
Hoshi, that would be a different story. If it was like Hoshi or something, or
because you
Yoshi, I'm
believe
sorry.
Hoshi is less
She's
capable
forgetful.
because she's a woman.
Yeah. No, just because it's not. I mean, chief of security. It's like Worf. Like, yeah, it's like expecting Worf to do that. Like, no, you're gonna have your ducks in a row. You're not gonna forget your communicator and then act like, oh, I just had it on me. It was just here. Let me check underneath the seat. Maybe it's underneath the seat.
We'll worry about that for next week.
yeah.
Mr. Londell, you have anything going on you want to talk about?
Tomorrow noon Central Time, I've got a James Cagney movie, Blood on the Sun.
That sounds good.
And then our Cinema Saturday Classic watch party will be the Day of the Triffids.
Day of the Tribbles? What?
Triffids.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
LDG, what you got going on?
Not much. Just hanging out in the underground, freethenet.org/underground for anybody who wants to hang out later. Doing a watch party in the Cosme room, binge watching Battlestar Galactica. We're up to the end of season 3 right now. It's getting good. And, just having some fun.
Cool.
Having some fun.
Dan Ben says, don't forget McCoy left his communicator behind on the gangster planet. Yes,
True.
and
Very,
a
very
piece
true.
of the action. And Yvette can't wait for Cinema Saturday.
I'm sure she can't.
Okay, guys, well, I think we'll call it a day here. Qapla All. See you Friday for Red Life.
Later.
Bird and panel out.